happy, be healthy, be your best. Be your best.
Oh man, my back is killing me. Ugh. Have you had days like that? Have you had mornings like that? Have you had times where just what's going on with your back is just interfering with life in general? You know, in the time that I've been working with people, I have seen so many times that the only time that somebody goes and gets spinal care, particularly from a chiropractic standpoint, is when something hurts. Did you know, though, that keeping your spine in good working order on a regular basis before it hurts actually is the best way to go? Going when it just hurts is where things have already misaligned, things have gotten pulled, things have gotten inflamed, things have compressed. It takes a lot more work and a lot more visits and a lot more time and a lot more effort if you wait until that point than if you set up a good regular schedule for taking care of your spine. So let's just talk about a few things that are involved with the spine, okay? So do you ever have a morning where you may not wake up with the exact amount that I was doing to begin with, but you wake up and you actually slept, had a good night's sleep, but you're still just kind of feeling just, I don't know, tight. You just feel a little bit stressed. You just feel, things are just off, even though you feel like you should wake up and be really well rested and have a great day. Well, what can happen is when your spine gets out of adjustment, when you have subluxations, when you have things going on in the spine, it actually can end up being that the muscles in your body around those things that are going on in the spine start to tighten. And when those muscles start to tighten and start to kind of adjust for how the spine is out of alignment, then it actually can take your body and put your body into more of a fight and flight standpoint all the time, rather than it being that the spine is correctly aligned, the muscles aren't getting tight and pulling, and that makes it where your body can be more in rest and recovery. So if you're starting to wake up with that stiff, just kind of that anxious, stiff, not feeling like you slept well, even though you aren't having any spinal pain, it might really be time to go in and see if you've got some subluxation going on in that spine. Now, another area that can be affected by the spine that way is a lot of the nerves that go through the middle of the back and even the vagus nerve going down through the neck directly to the stomach. Digestion. So, how your spine is aligned can have a lot to do with how well you digest things as well. And this can have a major impact on the body from all kinds of different directions. Now, does having your spine regularly worked on, whatever you can manage in your lifestyle, does that make it where you don't have to pay as much attention to what you eat or what you do? No. It's the combination of taking care of your spine with good hydration, with good foods, um, eating healthy, getting a good night's sleep, all the things that you can do that your spine supports, but at the same time, how you can support your spine. Now, another thing that really works well with the spine is really good hydration and also minerals. These two things are crucial for the spine being able to hold those adjustments that you get in order to keep things the way that they should be. We regularly test at my office, and we find people that are in no spinal pain whatsoever, that on a scan of the spine will show up with the far end of our scale with ones and nines as having inflammation and having areas of the spine that are tired. And when we trace it through reports to see what's going on, a lot of times we see that dehydration and lack of minerals is one of the things that's starting to contribute to that spine not being in the shape that we really want it to be in. And so then we're able to work with them and improve those things. Also, with diet, like we said, you can improve digestion with the parts of the nerves that go from the spine out to the digestive organs. But at the same time, you want to be pursuing a healthy diet, a good clean diet, things that have a lot of nutrients in them, And in these days, a lot of times people's diets are way far to the left or the right of where they really need to be in order to contribute majorly towards having really good health. Part of it is the stress that we have in life. Part of it is the lifestyle, the stress, the hurried pace, all these types of things. A lot of us are finding that way too often we're just grabbing things on the run. And when we grab things on the run, it's not going to be the nutrients and the composition that is going to not only contribute to our health overall, but contribute to spinal health. So another way that the spine contributes to how you're doing in life is balance. When when there's subluxation in the spine, where things are out of alignment to where they should be, this can cause it with the different muscles tightening to losing balance. Okay, so when you have different subluxations in the spine, it can contribute to equilibrium being off. So here's another area where getting the spine adjusted is just really, really important. So you go and you get an adjustment, you get things put back in line. What can you do to support that? Well, some of the things that you can do to support that is standing on one foot when you're brushing your teeth. Alternate teeth as far as feet each day and stand on one foot and do it. Stand on the other foot the next day and do it. And you're actually training your body with equilibrium. Another thing that you could do is you can take hikes and carefully take hikes that have uneven pathways where you are training the body to be able to have that equilibrium using those muscles in ways that you maybe are not commonly doing them. Another way is when you're at your desk is to make sure that your posture is where your ears should be lined up with your shoulders. I actually saw an exercise that was on Instagram the other day that was really interesting. They were pointing out that going like this and straightening your posture isn't necessarily the best way to do it, but rather they had it where you put your hands like this and you put your thumbs up and you go out with your thumbs, and it automatically aligns your body where it should be. And yet it's a gentler way to do it than to try to force your posture to be better. So just putting the hands together, putting the thumbs up, and going out to the side of the body automatically lines things up where they should be. So I've been trying it the last few days, and it actually works pretty effectively. So try to think about your spine from a different angle. Don't wait until it hurts to take care of it. And then recognize that it ties in a lot with digestion and that you can support your digestion with how you take care of your spine, but you also can take care of your spine by the foods you eat, the hydration that you do, the minerals that you consume. It's a two-way street when it comes to the spinal cord. And then just appreciate that your spine has a lot to do with balance and equilibrium. And this is really important for those that are getting older and up in years, because you want to be able to have that good equilibrium and have the training with those muscles so that there's not the falling and the risk of breaking bones and having problems with people that are older. So these are just a few of the tips having to do with the spine. I hope that you've enjoyed it and look forward to future episodes.